Hey there, it's CJ Willie, cracking packs. So a little bit of intro about the focus of the videos. I like baseball and I like Magic the Gathering. So the other thing that I like doing is cracking open packs. Because a pack, you never know what's in there until you open it. The pack I've got today is a 1987 Donruss. So there weren't many 1987 Donruss available when I was growing up. Most of the baseball cards that were available in my area, I grew up in the middle of nowhere, population of about 1,000 people. And so the nearest town was about 30 miles away. It had about 10,000 people in it. A couple of grocery stores, convenience stations. Most of what you could get was tops. It was really, really hard to find Donruss Flair. So I didn't open too many of these as a kid. Later on, I opened quite a few. They were still relatively cheap to get. The biggest thing when buying a lot of these packs, I bought a whole bunch of them on eBay, is you don't know if they're searched. You don't know if they've been opened. There's a lot of different methods you can look into or look at the pack. It's hard to tell on eBay. Basically, you can look at pictures. Some sellers will show the front and the back. Even by just looking at the photos on eBay, you're not going to be able to tell. There's a couple of things I check for when I'm buying on eBay. A lot of the Donruss packs, you'll see how it ridges up right there, and then you've kind of got a ridge there. Donruss in the 80s was pretty notorious for having loosely wrapped packs, meaning the seal usually was pretty good, but the folding mechanisms and how the packs got folded, there's a lot of give in them. So I've seen where packs get searched and then resealed, they make it too tight. So these right here are pretty good signs that the wrapping is relatively good. A lot of people will check on the back and make sure that there's no discoloration or that it looks like it's been sealed with a hot iron. Usually if someone's tried to reseal the wax with a hot iron, it kind of browns or yellows in this area. Another thing that people will do is they'll look at the roller marks. I don't know if I can get a pretty good shot here, but there are roller marks when it seals the wax pack that you can see run across the seal, like this way. Maybe I can get a close-up of one. So right there is a roller mark. And if you look at it on closer inspection, that roller mark should be one solid line. You shouldn't be able to see a break in that. I've been relatively lucky on that. One of the things I have noticed is that if you're really careful in opening the pack, taking the cards out, putting the cards back in, you can pretty much line those up and reseal the pack. So it's not a really tried and true method. The other thing is you can look at the corners, see if it's been opened and resealed. If it has, there'll be a lot of wear in different folds. And it's pretty difficult once you get it opened all the way to reseal it exactly how it was. If you just open one side, take the cards out really carefully, put the cards back in, you can get it pretty close, but not perfect. So like I said, I'd already purchased some of these from a seller, a lot of 9. I opened a couple of them. One of them had a Will Clark rookie in it. So I'm pretty sure that the packs are legit and they haven't been opened and resealed. Okay, so when I open these packs, there's a couple of things that I want to check for or go over. I like to make it fun, so I'm going to try to pick out my favorite card or the best card out of the pack, and then an honorable mention. Now, being the best card out of the pack doesn't necessarily mean it's a rookie card or an all-star card. It might be a card with a goofy image or something like that. So anyway, here we go. So as you can tell, when you open it, the seal's pretty intact. Okay. So we'll start off with the Roberto Clemente puzzle piece that was in a lot of the packs. Okay. So top card, Mark Gubicza. I did not like the Royals. I'm a diehard Cardinals fan. The 1985 World Series still stinks in my opinion. Doug Corbat, journeyman reliever for the Angels, didn't have much of a career. Oh, Dwight Gooden. Okay, that's a pretty good card. Being a Cardinals fan, I wasn't a huge Mets fan. During the 80s, the Mets and the Cardinals battled quite frequently, and Dwight Gooden wreaked havoc for Cardinal hitters. All right, next card, Ozzie Virgil. Yeah, he's journeyman catcher. Spent some time with the Braves and some other teams. Didn't have a really distinguishable career. Oh, Diamond King, Darryl Strawberry. I always liked the Diamond King kind of mini insert subset within the main set. This card's horribly off center, and as you can tell with these black border cards, it's got a little bit of a dinged corner. Next card we have is John Cangelosi. Speedy dude. Stole a lot of bases. Didn't have much of an on-base percentage or batting average. Pretty much became like a backup fourth outfielder for most teams during his career. Mark Sullivan, catcher for the Red Sox. He is a backup for a few years while he stayed in the major leagues. Okay, next card. Benny DiStefano. Interesting thing about Benny, one of his cards, I don't remember if it was a Topps card or maybe it was a Fleer card, listed him as a catcher. He bats and throws left-handed, so I don't know if he ever caught a major league game as a left-handed catcher. I might have to look that up. Okay, next card, Andy McGaffigan. Journeyman pitcher, sometimes a starter, sometimes a middle reliever. Didn't really have much of a distinguishable career. Carlton Fisk, Hall of Famer. So that's pretty cool to get a Hall of Famer in a 1987 Donruss pack. Pretty long and storied career. My memory growing up is always going to be of the home run he hit in the World Series against the Red Sox as he's jumping up and down as it flies over Fenway Park, the Green Monster. Okay, Scott Gereltz. Interesting career. Spent a lot of time as a reliever. Also spent some time as a starter. I think he led the Giants in saves one year in the 80s. Kevin Mitchell. So this is Kevin Mitchell rookie card. My biggest memory of Kevin Mitchell was playing as an outfielder with the Giants. Ozzie Smith hits one along the left field foul line, and Mitchell is running back, reaches up with his bare hand and grabs it. Okay, Jerry Willard, catcher. Spent some time with the White Sox and A's, pretty much just a backup catcher. Okay, last two cards. Ron Karkovice, catcher for the White Sox. Pretty much just Carlton Fisk backup. And the final card in the pack, Steve Trout. For whatever reason, Steve decided not to wear his awesome prescription sunglasses that you can see on just about every card from 1979 all the way through like 1986. Didn't matter if it was Topps, Fleer, or Donruss. Steve Trout had his kind of goofy prescription sunglasses. Well, in my opinion, the best card out of this set is going to be, where did he go? Kevin Mitchell. Even though that's a rookie card, and even though he annoyed me with his barehanded stab of the Ozzie Smith foul ball, he was a hot card in 1987, 88, 89. Wasn't as recognizable as a rookie, but when he moved on to the Giants, his career really took off. Well, thanks for checking out my video. I'll have more pack openings to come.